Hello everyone, this is Romario with a new Premodern video, and as always, if you like Legacy, if you like Premodern, and if you haven't done so yet, consider hitting the subscribe button, the like button. And for this league, I have a fun one. It's another deck that's trying to destroy your opponent's lands. But before we get to the deck, I'll just like full disclosure, I want to mention that I had to re-record the intro. I had a little bit of I wasn't very happy with the way the audio sounded like in round one. For you guys that watch my channel, I had an issue with my recording software about 2 weeks ago, and I'm still not happy with the way it sounds now. Like I couldn't get the same configuration, but I think I got pretty close to it after round one. So round 2, 3, and 4, and 5 should sound good. But yeah, just full disclosure, I recorded this intro after the league was done. Just want to mention that. But yeah, so going back to the deck, we are playing a Terravore deck with Devastating Dreams. This list, I got it from one of the showcases. I think it was the one on Saturday. It was played by the user ETF 1990. A while back, like one of my local friends here that plays Premodern did mention like a deck that had Devastating Dreams. I'm not sure if it was the same one, but I remember seeing Terravores and Devastating Dreams, and I thought it was a cool idea. I remember even bought the extra Devastating, not the extra. I owned a couple of Devastating Dreams. I didn't have a play set. I remember buying the fourth one, but it was a deck that I kind of like. I looked at it. I was like, yeah, it looks cool, and I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. There's a lot of cool Premodern decks that I wanted to play, and so when I saw this deck doing well in the last, looking at the challenge, I was like, all right, well, maybe there's something there, right? Let me, quote unquote, unearth this idea again, right? Yeah, so looking at the deck, it kind of, at first, it gave me the impression that it looks like one of those green-white threshold decks that I used to see when I first started playing Premodern. We know Nimble Mongoose, Terravore, Werebear, Sylvan Library, some of them used to run Mulch. I don't know if all of them did. Plowshares, Mox Diamonds, Wastelands. No, the list goes on here. Rishadan Port. The only difference is that those decks usually were a little more on white. The splash would have cards like Weather Wayfarer. The sideboard would have things like Ray of Revelation, etc. This one, we're basically, I would say this deck's a mono green deck, right? But the way you win the game is with the green cards, and then we have the little splash for things that need help, right? So with Swords of Plowshares, just the best removal in Magic, and then we have this 4 copies of Devastating Dreams, which at first I was like 4 copies of Devastating Dreams, like that seems too much. Like I said, last time I played with this card, it was like probably early 2012, 2013 in Legacy. I used to play a lot of 4-Color Loam. That was the time that we still running cards like Knight of the Reliquary and Dark Confidant and Countryside Crusher, I think is the name of the card. Obviously in Legacy we have Life from Alone. We don't have that card in Premodern, but we have cards like Mulch. Because the way Devastating Dreams works, you have to kind of like break the parity, and that happens a lot in Premodern, right? Those cards were printed in an era where things were symmetrical. So you take any card like Contamination or Smokestack. Those are all cards that they're symmetrical. And the way you can take advantage of them if you break the symmetry. So in this case, if you have more cards and more lands in play than your opponent, or if your deck is designed in a way to take advantage of land destruction, that's how you get ahead with Devastating Dreams. And it can be devastating for your opponent. That jokes. So Devastating Dreams, and we have Mulch. Those are the ways we can get extra cards in our hand. So because Devastating Dreams, you do, as an additional cost, you have to discard cards at random from your hand. Very important that it's at random. And like I said, I did record this after the league, and it will definitely come up. I definitely missed the line. And it seemed like every time I read Devastating Dreams, there was a new line that I forgot about. But card is very strong when you have more cards in hand and when you have more lands in play, or if your cards, in this case, if they have the ability threshold and you need to have cards in the graveyard, also very good. It's just a good card to have in your main deck, right? Because Premodern is full of decks that have little creatures and decks that want to play to the board. There was a reason why Tide was banned. There were a lot of decks that like to just make land drops and go long, right? So anything that can, a card like Armageddon or Devastating Dreams, could take advantage of that. So going back to the deck, so we've got our threats are Werebear, Terravore, Nimble Mongoose, and then we do have the 2 cops at Treetop Village. And then as I guess kind of like the support roles that we have Devastating Dreams, Mulch. Those two, like I explained, you just helps with the threshold, helps you have more cards in hand to cast Devastating Dreams. We have the 2 copies of Naturalize. No, that's just, again, we talk about Premodern, right? Artifacts and enchantments are good in this format. We have 4 copies of Sylvan Library, which at first I thought it was one too many. And then the more I played with the card in this deck, I was like, no, this is actually correct. Mox Diamond land Sylvan Library is probably one of the best openings for this deck. So yeah, 4 Sylvan Libraries. And then we have the 4 Mox Diamonds. I just mentioned them. The 4 Swords of Plowshares. I mean, Swords of Plowshares is probably the best removal spell in Magic, which kind of brings up another point is that this deck, the way I think you should treat it, it is a mono green deck that has a little splash for white and Devastating Dreams. But if you look at it, really you're playing a deck that's a mono green, I don't know, land destruction control deck, whatever you want to call it. Then looking at the mana base, we've got pretty much the lands that you expect to have in a deck that a threshold deck. We have 4 copies of Rishadan Port, 4 copies of Wasteland. Those are your mana denial plan. As far as the lands to cast your stuff, you got forests. You have the 2 forests, the 2 mountains. We got the Gemstone Mines, City of Brass, and Rith Grove as the ways to fix your mana to get to red and white mana, which is very important to when you look at your hand or by turn 2. Kind of figure out what's the plan. Is the plan to cast Devastating Dreams? So you should start kind of thinking how many lands you need to play so you can cast the Devastating Dreams. How you're gonna get to double red without preventing you from cast cards like Terravore, which also has double green at the cost. Just a little tip, I guess. If you're trying to play this deck. So we do have the lands that produce more than 1 color, or say all the colors that you need in the deck. So it's 1 copy of City of Brass, and then we have the 3 Gemstone Mines and Rith Groves. And of course, we do have the 4 Mox Diamonds, which are excellent in this deck. We are a deck that's playing 26 lands, so I think that's the correct number for to run Mox Diamond. Then we have the 4 fetch lands that can, of course, find either forest or mountain. And then we have the 2 cyclers. Those are, they're good in this deck. They have some synergy with the threshold. They have some synergy with Terravore. And if you need, of course, the green and the red mana, you can just play them. Obviously, that's not optimal. Just play a tap land that doesn't do anything when you untap, but except for producing mana. And then we have 2 copies of Treetop Village. I think the 2 copies make sense in this deck. We're not a deck that's trying to go very long. So a land that comes to play tapped is very detrimental for the overall plan of this deck. And then looking at the sideboard, we got the 2 cards, I guess, any decks like Goblins or Sly, we have Sphere of Law, and we have Circular Protection Red. And then we have Overload. It's basically for Dreadnought, right? But there, of course, there's other applications cards that can nuke your graveyard, Phyrex and Furnace, or I guess Tormod's Crypt. I don't know if I would bring them. But it is something you can use to destroy a Tormod Crypt. They have 4 copies of Pyroblast. Premodern, even though Tide is gone, it's still a very blue format. We have the 1 copy Gaia's Blessing. I'm pretty sure that's for decks like Tinkerfling or decks that are trying to bring freeze you. And we have 2 more copies of Naturalize. Again, same reasons why we had the 2 Naturalize in the main deck, right? This is Premodern. Artifacts and enchantments are very good. Tranquil Domain. I think this might be kind of like a hedge against because I do think that Phyrexian, Stifle Knot and Enchantress are probably going to be the 2 decks at the top of the food chain in Premodern. So Tranquil Domain is definitely a hedge against that deck. I think Enchantress is very, very strong. I think I mentioned a few times, if I was going to play a deck to win a tournament, I probably will bring Enchantress. So having Tranquil Domain in the sideboard paired up with the rest of the Naturalize seems very good. And then we have 2 copies of Tormod's Crypt. We've been seeing more decks reanimated decks in the format. The Replenish is still a deck that people are still playing, even though Tide is gone. The new version of the deck are still very good. We've been seeing those decks that run the Sapling Burst and Pandemonium. They also are a Replenish deck. So yeah, Tormod's Crypt is just a very good card to have in your sideboard. Sometimes I wish I had 4, but can't fit everything you want to fit in the sideboard. All right. Well, with all that being said, I think I already talked too much about the deck. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the league. And if the audio sounds a little funny between round 1 and the rest of the league, is because I was trying to fix it. And I welcome all the feedback and hope you guys enjoy. All right, so we're here for round one. The design is terrible. I think I'm gonna mulligan this one. It's a little more keepable. Double red's gonna be tough for me to cast with his hands. Log fanatic. All right. Okay. Oh, so it's goblins, not sly. Driver. All right. So I think if I draw a white source, I can. I'm gonna block it because they have a pile driver, right? So it's gonna just get worse for me. Okay, so I can wasteland them and play a second mongoose. That devastating dreams would be pretty good here, but bottom that, so can't really. Okay, I think I'm in trouble. Let me see if I can somehow salvage this one. I think I just need to find a white source here and I should be okay. I'll get 2 lands, but they don't really help me in this situation. Guess I'll play on the forest and pass. All right, so there are two lands, right? Total. So Terravore come down. Oh, actually, I should have just looked here. It'll come down as a 2/2. It's a tiny vor, not a Terravore. They're just casting it. All right, I think they got it from here. Okay. All right, so I think what am I going to do here? So I think I want sphere resist. I mean sphere of law. Circle protection red. I think Naturalize can just kick rocks. And submit like this. I think that's good enough. Be on the play this time. This hand is garbage. Second land would have made playable, I think. Okay, so what's the plan here? Is it just to Terravore or Circle of Protection? I think. So I need Gemstone Mine to be able to cast Circle of Protection. So I really want the Mulch, and so I think I'm just gonna put it back. I'm just gonna put it back to Forest. I'll play a Forest, and I think they have a, okay, it's not a Lackey on turn 1, so that's not terrible. This kind of sets me behind a turn. I think it's fine though. Yeah, because I think I want to pick up Gemstone Mine with the Rith Grove, right? So, all right, so we got 2 lands. I wonder if I should have just let some of these lands go instead of pick them up, because I want Terravore to do something. So, all right, we'll figure out in a second. All right, so we're gonna swing for 1. I'm gonna play my Gemstone Mine. Well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna leave my. I don't think it really matters which one I live up. The Forest or Wasteland, because Circle Protection, it's the next source of damage, so it doesn't. Gem Palm Incinerator. You don't. Did they target their own? Okay, I was like, oh, you have to target something. Okay, but then you just choose not to do it. Got it. Got it. All right. All right, so I'm just gonna do this. Circle Protection is also like one of those things that's kind of annoying on Magic Online. All right, so take 1. Yeah, I don't think I want to see the breast anywhere near me. All right, so I'm gonna Wasteland that. And I guess I can play another Gemstone Mine. So now it's a 3/3. I don't think I want to do anything still. I think this Terravore has come down as like a much larger creature. So I think I'm going to let Gemstone Mine go down to 1. Which is, that's a draw 3 here. All right. All right, so this is not how you should do this, like, because I'm just being kind of lazy here, but it's like, no, it doesn't make sense for me too. I'm not attacking back anyway, so it's like I'm gonna Wasteland down 1. And then green. We'll cast this guy. So it's a 6/6. I think it's a little more safe. And I can pick up the Gemstone Mine next turn with the Rith Grove. Really just want to draw Devastating Dreams now. It's like Devastating Dreams for like 2 would make them lose 2 lands. I lose 2 lands, discard 2 lands. So Terravore is just like huge, and then they won't have any creatures. And I still keep my Mox Diamond, so. Oh, Tormod Crypt. Okay. That is annoying. I have Wasteland too. All right. They have a gem palm incinerator. I don't think it matters which one I stop from attacking me. Well, we'll pick up this thing. Red. Yeah, 2 is fine. Could have protected 1 point of damage, but I don't think there's no target. Alright, I'm just gonna actually Tormod Crypt. Okay. That's a good top deck. Devastating Dream is a card that I remember running in for Call Alone, like in Legacy. It works really well with cards like Life and Loam. So we don't have Life and Loam in Premodern, but we do have Mulch. So there's that. I think I'm just gonna play this because I think I need to land more than draw an extra card, and I'm not gonna get Threshold anytime soon because the 2 Tormod Crypt. Did I have any? I mean, I have Overload and Naturalize, but I don't think I'm gonna bring them to beat Tormod Crypt though. Seems like not going to work. I think the best way to do it is just like if I draw Mulch and then I force them to have to use this thing, and then oh, that's a really good draw. That's an excellent draw, actually. Alright, so the Circular Protection has saved my butt in this game so far. Alright, first activation is Sylvan Library. Please don't disappoint me. Not a Sylvan Library. I mean, having the second one is not crazy. I think I'm gonna pay for life here. I'm gonna play it under one of these things, and I think I'm gonna play this because I don't have double red again. I do have the Source of Plowshares, so I think it's kind of okay. Mog Fanatic. All right. I'm just gonna crash into that, right? Oh. Okay, so let's put this back. Put this back. I think in this case I do want to do this. I'll play this. And I'm swing for 2. Then again, if I draw anything that that puts a card in the graveyard, then they're forced to Tormod's Crypt me. Okay. All right. Does it change anything? I don't think makes sense to bring artifact hate. Maybe instead of the mulches. Because if I mulch into cards that that destroy my artifacts. I mean, that destroy nuke my graveyard. I think I'm gonna bring 2 of them. I still keep the 2 other mulches. I do have 4 Sylvan Libraries in the deck. I just realized that. For some reason, when I looked at the list like this, I thought it was 3. Yeah, I'm not gonna like Naturalize because it's like spending 2 mana against goblins to destroy a 0 mana artifact seems not a good way to do things. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep this one. 2 Terravores are a little iffy. Okay. Not a single time they had turn 1 lackey, so that's good, I think. Maybe they don't even have lackeys in their deck. I don't know. Alright, so next turn I can cast Mongoose. Pile driver. Okay. Too bad in Premodern we can't fetch for a white source with a flooded. I mean, Wooded Foothills. I was a flooded strand. You can definitely fetch a white source with a flooded strand, but not with the other one. Right, so I'm gonna guess it's no Mongoose. If I draw a red source, then could try to set up a. If they attack, I think it's gonna block. Apologize if you guys heard a very loud noise. It's a very snowy weather here in Richmond, and my son has been at home, and when kids stay at home for too long, they start going bananas. There's a Rishadan Port. Unfortunately, none of this card seems very good right now. But this Werebear. If they wanna ping it, be my guest. You could also attack and then ping it. Block this guy. I think I'm gonna try to preserve my life total until the Devastating Dreams makes sense. I feel like they're holding on to a Tormod scripting hand. Maybe just like a source of Plowshares. A ringleader. Okay, so Wasteland's gone. Okay, that was not a very good ringleader this time. Alright, so they're gonna swing for not 3. Okay, so if I draw a red source, actually I kind of just hope to draw a Mulch here. So I can it's for 3. I could do for 2. Yeah. No. Let's do for 2. If I do 3, then they lose. No, let's do 3. And then we just port the other land. I guess I could have attacked this turn too. Really sucked if I had like a source of Plowshares or something. I go to 2. I think I'm just gonna play the Sylvan Library. I don't think they can deal 5 damage to me like this. Sweet. All right, so that was game 1. Let's see. I mean, match 1. Let's see if we can continue this one. Sweet deck so far. Pretty sweet. All right, we're here for round 2, and I'm gonna be on the play. So, yeah, I think this is pretty good. We got turn 1, turn 2. Might be able to get to threshold fairly quick. So I think the play here is to, excuse me, hiccups. I think the play here is to just fetch and cast Nimble Mongoose. Yeah. 3 color decks in Premodern are something else. Play against goblins again. It's definitely another. Oh, it's slide this time. All right. So, oh, this is pretty good against Jekyll Pup. I am going to. They're changing my plans here. I think I want a Sylvan Library. I think if I can Sylvan Library and kind of stack the cards from my Mulch would be a little better. I think I'm just gonna trade here. I don't think there's a reason. I think if I can go a very long time in this game without losing too many points of life, then I'm like in good shape. All right, so Goblin Cadets and Curse of Scroll. We have a target for the Wasteland now. Okay, so what I can do here, I can put this back and put this back. And I can cast a Mox Diamond. I'm gonna discard this thing. I'm going to cast Mulch. Just gonna clear the top of my deck. Ooh, that's pretty good. Then I'm going to. Do I want to Wasteland them? Maybe I can just save for the Devastating Dreams. Trying to think now. Oh, I think I'm going to Wasteland them. And I'll play City of Brass. Because they're already kind of low like on resources, right? They only have 4 cards in hand and their clock's not really a clock. I am going to take 1 point of damage here, which I think it makes sense. I could wait a turn to like use Mox Diamond instead of City of Brass, but Seal of Fire and Seal of Fire. All right, so I'm a virtual 14 life. So we get, all right, cool. We got a Terravore that's going to be a 5/5, I guess. Another Devastating Dreams. So what I'm going to do is cast Terravore like this. And I'm not going to play any more lands. So the next turn, I think I'm just going to draw a card that I don't care to discard. and try to sweep the board. So Terravore will... okay, let me see. I might want to draw an extra card here. All right, so this works, right? Because I can put this back and put this back. And I'm gonna mulch. All right, this works. Need 2 lands. Then we're gonna make red and red, and we're gonna do this for 3. Since it's part of the cost, they can't respond to that one. What they can do is activate Curse Scroll in response, I guess. I mean, I guess it could fire... No, if they fire blast instead, it grows too. Never mind. All right. So I think this one's a pretty easy one. We're just going to bring the 2 silver protections and the sphere of law. I don't know. I keep saying sphere resistance. And I'm going to cut the Naturalize. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll go back to the same plan that I did against goblins. But I guess it depends how many artifacts they bring against me, right? Because... like, I'm not going to use a Naturalize to kill a Cursed Scroll. Like, if a Cursed Scroll is killing me, then I think the game already went sideways a long time ago. But if they have things like, I guess, Vortex or Parasthetic Pillar, then maybe I should go a little heavier on the artifact enchantment hates. But all right, I think that's all right, I guess. Just again, the goddamn Source of Plowshares that I can't cast. All right, can I please just draw like a Gemstone Mine or no? That's too much to ask. Because I basically like I'm locked in to have to fetch mountains with these things here, right? I will trade. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna. No, you know what? I gotta start like drawing things that matter. So, what does this thing do again? Whenever it creates a block, it becomes blocked. Oh, so I can't even attack with that. Wow, what a not so great creature. Okay, Mishra's Factory is gonna get a little frisky. So I block and then I gain control, but then it takes damage. Is that how it works? No? Okay, it's an interesting magic card. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I think Treetop Village can go back. Yeah, Treetop Village goes back. This can go back. I think I'm just going to play City of Brass and Wasteland that. Part of me just wants to cast Werebear. I think Terravore is too small for me to cast right now, so I think I'm just going to attack with this guy. I'm not sure if they're running things like Ball Lightning or another Goblin Cadet. Okay, so they have 3 cards in hand. I can't attack. That's I think I'm gonna plow one of them. I'm at 15 life though. But I need to put the thing is I also need to put cards in my graveyard somehow. I don't think I want to pay for life. So I think the play here is to just play Mongoose. Play a land. I think. I just get a mountain. That's right. Because I. So if I attack, they block. Then I got nothing. Oh, they just exchange like that? That's hilarious. I didn't know that. All right, maybe I should know how magic cards work. Well, I don't have to know this one because it's my opponent's cards. I have no obligation to know how my opponent cards works. So the attack is just... All right. So what am I going to do here? I think if I draw... So I think I'm just going to play Wasteland. And we're just going to play this guy. I don't think I have to do anything. They only have 2 cards in hand. So do I just accumulate cardboard in my hand until Devastating Dreams does something? So if I Devastating Dreams for 1, that means I'll put 3 cards in the graveyard. No, 2 cards in the graveyard. No, 3 cards. I'm sorry. 1, 2, and then the third is a land. So I think I'm just gonna put this back, and I'll put this back, and I can attack for 5. All right, and we'll play another Terravore. The only downside of my plan is that I don't get threshold by doing all the stuff I just said I was going to do. Okay, there's a source to Plowshares. Does that matter? I don't think so. If I go to 9, am I dead? That's the question. The thing is, if I Devastating Dreams for 1, I'm still not even close to threshold, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, I do have threshold. Because this is only 11 damage if I... All right, so we'll find out, I guess. All right. That's 4, 5. So everyone has... Okay, cool. I was afraid that they could have... I mean, they have 3 cards in hand, so like Incinerate, Bolt, Pyroblast would have killed me, but I feel like they were like a more heavy creature deck instead of a regular stock Sly. All right. Yeah, that felt like, no, if they're playing with creatures, I think it's a little easier for me than the ones that go heavy on burn, but especially if I don't draw Circular Protection red. So, all right, 2-0. Let's see if we can continue this getting W's. All right, so round 3, and I'll be on the play. Yeah, this hand seems pretty good. I wouldn't mind drawing like a card that gives me some kind of card advantage after turn 1, but it seems good. We kind of have all the colors that we need here. And I think I'm just gonna get a forest and cast this Werebear. Okay, so seems like we're probably playing against some kind of standstill deck. Phyrexian Furnace, that's a problem. I do have 2 copies of Naturalize in the deck, so hopefully we can draw one of them. Or I can just race the whatchamacallit, the Phyrexian Furnace. That's a Mishra's Factory. You're gonna eat the last card, okay. There you go, perfect. Let's put another card in the graveyard. All right, I'm swinging for 6 again. Were they contemplating blocking, I guess, maybe? I don't know. So I have to hope my opponent doesn't draw a white source and plow my Terravore. I think that's the plan, right? All right, so they ate 1. They found out the card waste. Oh, a second Phyrexian Furnace. All right, now that's opponent. That's not good vibes, opponent. Stop doing that. All right, let's play Nimble Mongoose. That Mongoose is never going to be very big. I'm going to swing. So my opponent has options here. They could, yeah. And we're just going to do this immediately. They can gain 3 life, which offsets the Terravore. So my Terravore is going to die this turn. Yeah, they can probably cash in one of those, right? Oh, is that an angel? All right. Swing the team, I guess. All right, all I need to do is, what do I need to do? I just need to draw Devastating Dreams and so they can't attack. Oh, that's awkward now. All right, so I'm just going to hold on to the mountain. But I think my plan to go aggro did not pan out. So I needed to draw, of course, like a card like the Mulch or Sylvan Library. Yeah, Terravore's gonna kick rocks now. There's a Dust Bowl. Okay. Yeah, they're not in a position to attack, I think, but I guess we'll cast this Werebear. I think, let me see. Is there any pile I can give them here that still gives me a chance? I'm gonna do like this, I guess. Humility is gonna be a problem too, I guess, but I wonder how many deck Frex and Furnace they're running. I guess I don't want to attack. All right. I guess. Excuse me. I guess I can Rishadan Port them unless they want to Dust Bowl me. Maybe just force them to flip the morph the angel. No, there's got to be an angel here, right? Is that a reason for them to eat their graveyard too? At least they're doing very efficiently, so I don't mind. But I'm just wondering if there's a reason to do that. Unless they're lands, right? If they're lands, then of course it matters because of Terravore. But non-lands. Yeah, second Rishadan Port. So they had a disenchant. Disenchant is gone. I'm gonna Dust Bowl one of my Rishadan Ports. All right, that's that feels bad. I think the upside is that they probably had counterspell in hand, but Mental Leak made more sense in that situation. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with the fact that they probably had an answer anyways, but so they're gonna flip the angel finally. Okay, so I could join on the Source of Plowshares. So I went to 1 life. I wonder if there's any. No, there's no way I can get threshold with these guys. No, definitely not. All right, well, I'm going to swing for 2. All right, I think we can go to game 2. It's gonna be a long game 1, and I'm gonna end up losing at the end. So, so what do I want to do here? I think I want to have Pyroblast. Now the problem is, I think Mulch. The fact that they have multiple copies of Frex and Furnace in their deck is like really, really bad for me. Like Naturalize, of course, can pull double duty, but I think I'm just gonna cut the Source of Plowshares, just bring more Naturalize effects and maybe keep a couple of Mulches. I'm not sure. I mean, this kills Mishra's factory too. But so does Source of Plowshares. Oh, it seems crazy to have this. Maybe Mox Diamond, because we're not. This is not a matchup that I'm trying to go fast. Well, all right, I'm spitballing here, I guess. If this works, it'll be sweet. If it doesn't, that's okay. All right, this is not terrible because like Cedar Brass is the life loss is largely relevant against those type of decks. They're not look at applying pressure until they quote unquote red turn the corner. So their turn one is that's pretty good. If their turn one is a Phyrexian Furnace, no. I have protection, so if they don't do anything here, another Mishras, another target for. Okay, so I have options here. I think I'm just gonna Wasteland them again, though. Maybe I should have just cast Sylvan Library, but Dust Bowl. All right, I guess in this case I do have to just cast Library. See, Cedar Brass and Magical Mind. Jesus, I'm gonna have to like talk to someone there. I guess maybe I can find someone that can help me. Powder Keg. All right, we came prepared for that this time. All right, so I'm at 18. I think I'm just gonna. Oof. Yep, we're going to not be cowards. I think it's a problem again. Like if you miss the collar you want to make with Cedar Brass on MTGO, then you can't go back because Cedar Brass is technically a triggered ability, so you can't go back. All right, if I draw the what's the right spell that I brought in? Oh my gosh, this is terrible. All right, so I'm gonna put this back, and actually, I think I'm gonna put those two back and. I'll cast the Werebear first. I forgot the name of the card. What is the name of the card I brought again? Overload. That's what it is. Sometimes I get Overload and Detonates confused, which, no, to be fair, they're similar effects. They destroy artifacts. So they drew one colored mana land so far. I should be able to win this game, right? And it's kind of close now because Tormod's Crypt and Mishra's Factory just brick walling my whole board. Also seen the Powder Keg. Makes me feel a little better about bringing the Overload. So if we do go to game 3, then I think I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. And this is this is bullshit. All right, I'm going to put this back, and I think I'm going to put this one back. All right, let's see if I can find a green source. So I do get to clear the top of my deck. I found one. I would like to draw the Overload. I'm going to play the Gemstone Mine, and I'm going to attack. They're probably going to nuke my... No, I can't attack because I can just nuke my graveyard. God damn it. All right, so green It doesn't matter here. Just green, green, and Werebear. All right. So I have some bigger Werebears. Don't have a way to deal with Mishra's factory, which is annoying. They found a blue land. All right. All right, so we found a Rishadan Port. Now I can at least attack. Terravores can go back because they're not doing much right now. And we're going to swing with those 3 guys. Yes, as expected. Yeah, and then I'm just going to tap Reno. Oof. No. You crazy? Can't let you do that. They were going to draw 3 cards. Or is it 3 cards? Draw 2 cards. You know, like Ancestral Recall. All right, I'm not going to cast the other Mongoose now, I think. Okay. Oof. All right, so somehow got this game 2. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that then. They are running more artifacts than I thought there are. I'm thinking if I should stream some of the Terravores. Like, it feels like it'd be really hard to connect with a Terravore. Maybe Source to Plowshares just makes more sense. Maybe having a couple of Mox Diamond. No, they're running Powder Keg, so Mox Diamond gets even worse. Yeah, I think I'm just going to run it back like this. Yeah, but Terravore seems like be really, really hard to connect against their deck. So let's say if this Terravore was a Mox Diamond instead, it would be a little better, right? Because I could Sylvan Library on turn 1. But it's not. So, okay. I think the play here is just City of Brass. I wonder also if they're running Sabo's Web, which would be all right, but okay. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna play this Werebear. I'm really just trying to cast the Sylvan Library and make sure it resolves. Okay. Guess I'll pick this up. I just think it's like one devastating dreams away from like actually being in between this game. Right, so I'm just gonna cycle this thing here. Second Pyroblast. Okay. Yeah, I will. Well, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I go to 9 cards in my hand, I think so. Rishadan Port actually allows me to develop my mana. Wasteland just nukes that thing. So I'm gonna put this back, and I'm gonna pay 4. I'm gonna play this thing. I'm gonna Wasteland that. And if they try to, okay, they didn't. So there's a Rishadan Port on top of my deck, right? No, but that's too many cards though. think just pass here. So now I can draw the Rishadan Port. Is it Devastating Dreams? All right, so Rishadan Port, pass. Yeah, I think really the idea here is to, if I can Devastating Dreams for the entire board, I think they're going to struggle to get back into the game. Now, the one thing with Devastating Dreams is that it's part of the casting cost, so I can't hold up Pyroblast. Now, if that is the case. Put this back. Play a second one of these guys. Oh, I should have. You know what? That's fine. I might want to tap them at the end of their turn. Okay, nothing happened. All right, let's see. If I draw all of them. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I'm not really sure what's the math here, but I'll tap this for mana 2. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I'm going to keep, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to keep Pyroblast and Terravore. Oh, it's random. Okay. That was not how I envisioned this. I would have tapped them again. Yeah, I'll pay for it. Also, I should have tapped the Werebear before. It doesn't really matter. I'm not casting anything. Okay. Even though I messed up, I think I was in good shape after that. Cool. All right. So that was game 3. Match 3. Completely forgot that this card was Devastating Dreams is at random. Like I said, last time I played with this card, Dark Confidant and Countryside Crusher was still played in Legacy, so it was a long time ago, but it worked out in the end. Cool. So we'll see if we can get another win in round 4. Okay, so round 4, we're going to play again, and it's 4 Sylvan Libraries. I think if I had a Mox Diamond, I would keep it. But I don't think I can keep something like this. All right, this looks a little better. Let's see. So, I'm just going to put the Devastating Dreams back because that's the one I'm probably not casting anytime soon. I was very tempted to keep that quadruple Sylvan Library. I really like Sylvan Library, but like just I mean, I could be playing a combo deck and Sylvan Library on turn 2 is way too slow, and I was gonna have to pick up a land in order to cast it, right? Also, a single Wasteland from the opponent could have just crumbled that plan. So I'm glad I talked myself out of that one because probably wasn't going to work out. All right, so opponents deep in the tank there decide if they want to keep their 7. I think they already kept their 7, right? All right, so I'm just gonna fetch and let me see what I draw. If I draw a land, I think I'm just gonna play Werebear and pass. It's another red deck. Oh, it's a Chuckle Pup. So I think I'm just gonna get a forest. I'll play this thing, and we'll play this guy. I'm gonna fetch. What are they gonna get? I like their choice of lands. A Grim Lavamancer. All right, so I think I'm gonna play it on the Werebear. I kind of want to. Wish I had my take back my devastating dreams now. And let's see. So Terravore is going to come down as a very small creature. Let's try to mulch first then, I guess. Ugh. That was not very good. I guess I'm just going to play Rishadan Port and pass. All right, so I'm going to go to 11. Oh, they have 5 cards in hand. Maybe they're flooding. That's my hope here. All right, so let's mulch again. All right, so I think I just want to take... You know what? I'm just going to take the mountain. No, I think I still want to get all the... I don't want the fetch, though. Oh, I have to get the lands? I have to get all the lands. I did not know that. I thought you could just not... You could skip one. All right. Hold on. How is my... Oh, Terravore is smaller because they ate their own thing. Okay. No, yeah, it was a 2/2 because they had some lands in their graveyard. All right. So I think I'm just dead then. That's an interesting art for Rosa Bauble. It must be like a magical line only one. Yeah, because unfortunately, even if I draw Devastating Dreams, I don't have enough. I don't have double red to cast. Oh man, they just drew like all lands. I mean, not dead yet, I guess, but basically. Actually, I'm just dead. I don't think I can win there. All right, let's go to game 2. So I think I'm just gonna do the same thing I did in the other game. And if they have any way to shrink my Terravore, Werebear, or I don't know, Nimble Mongoose, c'est la vie. I think that Devastating Dreams would have been good just for one, actually, in that game. Like, I wouldn't have to do for, like, a whole lot. So I think I'm going to start off with Sylvan Library. Hopefully I draw one of those lands that pick up my land, the lair. I think I have a plan. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's a plan. So if they overextend, still. Okay, Mog Fanatic. So let me see, I have 2, so it'll be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm going to take the damage here. Curse a Scroll. All right. I'll put this. Put this back. And I'll pay 4. So red. So 5, 6, and then I have to sack land. Yeah. So there's another Rishadan Port on top of my deck. Yep, I go to 10. I'll sack this. They take 2. All right. If I draw another Werebear, I think I'm in good shape. Maybe they just don't draw any lands. They drew 1. It's not a Mongoose. Yep, I'm gonna play the Mongoose, I guess. I think I need to be a little aggro here because I can start bolt, and next thing you know, you're dead. Yep, there you go, lightning bolt. It's a bauble. Yeah, bauble is not scary. So 2 mana. I almost feel like that curse. I mean, the Rishadan Port is gonna come up very important here, because if they can't activate Curse Scroll before they draw the 3rd land, it might matter. Yes, and then Circular Protection, but that's going to take too long. That is going to take too long. Good thing they didn't even see it too. If we go to game 3 and they don't know about Circular Protection or the other card, then I think I'm in good shape. All right, so I'm gonna tap Arena them. We use green mana for good luck. All right, so they have a Mog Fanatic. All right, in a land. Just put this 2 back, I guess. And we do this. Oh, they can't fetch now. That is right. So that third land does not matter. And I'm going to port them again. All right, so unless they have double bolt or bolt plus Pyroblast, whatever. That was super tight. All right, so yeah, the only artifact that I saw is the one I expected. It was a Curse's Scroll, so I don't think I'm gonna bring cards to kill Curse's Scroll. I don't think so. No, I think that's okay. I think I'm gonna keep this one and. Jackal Pup. Mox Diamond would be sweet here. Alright, so I'm just gonna do this. The next turn, I think I'm just gonna play the mountain. And I'm gonna try to play towards the Devastating Dreams like fairly early in the game because I think that's what's gonna happen here. All right, so I'm going to play the Werebear. Because otherwise I just have to discard cards anyways, right? So if they decide to like be aggressive and not kill my Werebear and start to... Okay, just going to Mock Fanatic it? Okay. All right, so I'm going to take 2... I guess it's Mulch then. Forest, Treetop. Okay, so I have 8 cards. So what land do I want? I don't mind losing next turn. Okay. Maybe the fetch is not the right one. Yeah, I'm gonna go to 14. It's gonna be really close though, but I need to do for 3. So I'm gonna swing for 3. All right, so only 3. The only awkward part of this card is that like the random, it's okay. Am I just dead? Oh, Curse's Scroll. They have 2 cards, right? So they still gotta name the right one. They named the mountain. Okay. Yeah, we sack the board. All right, I guess the good thing is if I draw a Seal of Fire, okay. Oof. That's a tough one for me too. So I'm going to pick up this thing. Green. And I have to attack, right? All right, I'm at 4 life. I think if I draw... What do I need to draw here? Circle of Protection. Ooh, Jackal Pup. So if they draw land, I'm not dead yet. Okay. I think waiting makes it worse. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay, so they drew that. I think if they fetch, they're in bad shape, right? All right, so if I take Jackal Pup out of the way, they go to 15. If I plow my Terravore, I don't think they can ever beat me. So yeah, I'm gonna put this back. Put this back. Let's play this one. If I kill my own Rith Grove, then this guy becomes a 11/11. That's 15. They die. So they have to block. Well, that's already 13 on the board, so. Isn't already 13? Oh, they're gonna do that. So if I plow this guy, they go to 15, right? Hold on. So they're going to take 2 of them. They're going to go to 11. If I just do this, they also die? Okay. All right. That was a nail biter at the end there. All right. So let's see if we can get a 5-0 with this league. All right. 5th and final round of this league. I am on the play again. This hand seems a little slow to me. It's like I can't just play Wooded Foothills and pass and Naturalize. No, I think I'm going to have to mulligan this one. This one seems a little more reasonable. So what I don't want here? Maybe it's Devastating Dreams. Last time I put a Devastating Dreams back, I regret it. So I don't know. It's a really good sweeper. Maybe I can put the Gemstone Mine since I have, yeah, I think Gemstone Mine. But then, like, hold on a second, I don't have enough mana to, no, so Forest. That's right, because I can just pick up the Gemstone Mine with the Rith Grove. All right. Figured it out. All right, so we're just going to start with this guy, and we're going to pass a turn. Okay, let's attack first. All right, so I'm going to make green mana, cast this thing. What a combo. And we're going to play this thing. Oh, is this Hermit? Or maybe it's like full English breakfast. I can block one of them. Maybe it would make sense to plow this and Hermit Druid. All right. And let's see. What are we going to do? Mox Diamond. Is Mox Diamond relevant here? Maybe it is. I need to do this, I guess. Hold on, I think I messed this up. I think it should have been a line that No, I can't. No, I want to cycle that thing, so. And this is the same thing as attacking because I was only going to do 1 point of damage anyways. Alright, I think I should have played in a way that I was going to plow this and take away all the lands. And I didn't. Okay, so if I draw a mulch, I think I can still do that. Otherwise, I can't. Okay, so I'm going to play the Wasteland. There's no way I can get the threshold, right? Because there's only 4, 5, 6. This is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Well, maybe I should have even like just kept the land in my hand then. So if I discard 2 lands, it's 5. Oh, hang on a sec. I am going to sacrifice a land though. So, okay. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. All right. So let's see. We're going to do this. In red. And just 1. That's what I can do. And then I'll sack my Rith Grove. All right. Not the best, but it's what I got. Oh, I don't have to choose a color with the Werebear. Two mana. Oh, okay. I thought they were gonna like not Enlightened Tutor, but Worldly Tutor. That's pretty good. Oh, they put cards back. I see here. That's kind of cool. All right, so I'm gonna swing for 2. They block 1. Yeah, they're pretty safe to block. They're not gonna. Yeah. Oh, I see. I thought they were gonna shuffle their deck. All right, so I guess I'm just kind of hoping to draw a mulch here. Sylvan Library. Yeah, I guess I'll pass. I think my opponent said something earlier. Oh, I didn't see it. I usually leave the chat closed when I'm recording because I find it too distracting for myself. So, oh, survive the fittest. Mulch. God damn it. All right, I'm gonna play this one because I do need to. Excuse me. Oh, I need to have to double write. I'm sorry. I kind of lost my train of thought there. Oh, okay. So this full English breakfast with the Hermit combo. So it's Fab. Is that what people call it? Hermit Fab. I'm sorry. You don't mean to mess up my opponent's deck's name. All right. My world for a Mulch. I think if I draw that, then I think I'm okay. It's a Sylvan Library. Oh my gosh, I don't want to discard Sylvan Library. Do I want to discard Sylvan Library? Do I die next turn? I guess the question. Let me see. If I cast that for 1. Oh, they lose a land too. Yeah, never mind. There's what people like to call a no-brainer. Right, because it'll be, yeah. I'll select this one here. Because now I get to attack too. Does this damage to players too? Not to each creature. Every time I read this card, I see something I didn't see the first time. Amazing. All right. Please, opponent, just concede. Can you please go to the next game? Please, 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 please. I'm just gonna tell them I. Xanthid Swarm. If Cask is watching this video, I'm not ignoring you. It's just that again, if I try to play and talk at the same time, I get too distracted. So I have to attack with both, right? I think. So this thing's not even making green mana now, right? They have to use Wall of Roots, but then Wall of Roots just dies. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna attack with both of those guys. And a block. They're gonna make green mana. Okay. I mean, I can still die here, right? Because I think they can just reanimate something. Oh no, but then those things go on top, right? Yeah, never mind. I was thinking so Vorat. Well, hold on. If they make green mana, is that how this works? Something for me to keep in mind too, because if I have a Wasteland and I want to break up their combo, I think there's some kind of window sometimes that if they don't have it. All right. Oof, that was again, another nail biter. So what do I want here? I think Terravore might be too slow for what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut Terravore. It seems kind of crazy, but I do think I want Naturalize and Tormod Crypt. Sorcerer Plus is really good. Tranquil Domain seems to be too much, I think. Yeah, I think it's going to run like this. Yeah, I think Terravore... Well, Terravore is a card that like does turn the corner really fast, but... I do like Sylvan Library against them because I can just draw 8 against another deck that's not like applying pressure, right? Like when they win, they just win on the same turn. It's not like a slow... Okay, so I think I'm going to keep this one. They do play a healthy number of discard spells, but they mulligan to 5. So if they duress me here... Oh, they're going to Ball Therapy. Oh man, if they name Devastating Dreams, it would be devastating. Pretty good. All right. So... I think do I just I think I'm just gonna Rishadan Port them. Maybe I should have kept the Tranquil Thicket actually. Because if they duress my Sylvan Library now, like, well, they didn't. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do the same thing again. I could have like listened this turn. I could have used my mana to cycle something, but actually I'm gonna hold on to it because no, that doesn't make sense. I was thinking I could hold on to the fetch for Sylvan Library, but I'm not going to be able to do that, so might as well should tap. So a single Wasteland might just win this game. Tormod's Crypt. All right, I am going to not be a coward. I'm going to play this out. I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this guy. And I pass. So like now this fetch I'm going to hold on to because I don't know the top of my deck, right? Since I just drew 8. I guess it's one of the situations that I'd love to have a Terravore because then it's like a super fast clock. But all right, so I'm going to put this back and I guess I'll pay 4. Play another... Ooh, no, hold on a second. I should have played a fetch. Fuck. Alright. But now I'm going to fetch because I don't want to... Oh! What the hell? I forgot to port. Please just play it. Oh, it's a wall of roots. Fuck. Alright. That was not my intention. Alright, so first the Plowshares will be sweet here. Put this back. Draw 4, I guess. Alright, get all of them. Play a Wasteland. Wasteland Cedar Brass, I guess. I don't know. Play this guy. That was such a punt. Another wall of roots. Okay. I guess the Devastating Dreams would also kind of do here. Put this back. Put this back. just for 2. I guess I just play Gemstone Mine. Yeah, I'm gonna see what they're messaging me after the game. I already got distracted and forgot about the thing. All right, cool. So that was a cool 5-0 with this list. Again, hold on, Mia just. Okay, they said that it was their 5-0. Well, at least I got my 5. Well, someone was gonna get a 5-0, right? Kind of came close yesterday when I was playing the Rock on a stream. So this was a list that I got from. It was a challenge from the 24th. So it was like, I guess last Friday? No, Saturday. Sorry, Saturday. There was a player on Magic Online. They went by ETF 1990. I'm pretty sure I had seen one of my local players here show me this list. I don't know if it was exactly this list or something very similar. It might have been the same player too. So I'm going to share it with them actually, because we have quite a few fans of Premodern locally, but just don't get to play a lot of paper Premodern. So yeah, I think they'll be excited to see that the list that they suggested to me did well. And again, like I think I mentioned in the intro, I had I tried to get back to my settings for audio and video from before OBS crashed on me and I had to reinstall it. So hopefully from round 2 on, the audio was a little better. And I think as far as the image, I think I got that down like real fast. Like I kind of knew how to make it look like high definition, but I did have some issues with the audio. So hopefully that was fixed after round 2. And then I was gonna say, so as far as the list, I don't think I want to like change anything. Like this, it seems good. I think just like a couple of rounds, I think I had a hard time like getting to white mana for Service of Plowshares, but really like I think it's fine. Like we got like Rith Grove, Gemstone Mine, City of Brass, and the 4 Mox Diamonds. I don't think you can do much better than this in Premodern. The double red, it's fine too, because you're not trying to get to double red like at least until like turn 3 or 4. So it's just a matter of having a plan and then kind of try to stick to that plan until you ready to cast Devastating Dreams. As far as the sideboard, I mean, it looked really good. I didn't get paired against any Enchantress or Dreadnought, which are the 2 decks that I feel like they're at the top of the food chain Premodern right now. But we do have the Source of Plowshares, the Naturalize, and then post board you get extra Naturalize and the Overload and Pyroblast. So they're all pretty good against Dreadnought. Sometimes still not enough, but like that's what we got, right? Like we got copies of cards that cost 1 mana that can deal with Dreadnought. So Source of Plowshares is already obviously very good. So again, I don't think you can do much better than that with I guess I don't know if I can call it Naya color. I guess Rith's colors, I guess, in Premodern. And then if it was Enchantress, the copies of a Tranquil Domain, Naturalize, and then the Devastating Dreams to deal with the actual Enchantress, I think they're good. Then we have the 2 extra copies of Tormod's Crypt for the replenish backup plan. I do like the copy of Gaea's Blast in the sideboard. I think I mentioned it before in some of the other videos. Tinkerfling is a real deck, and if you're not playing counter magic, it can be a little hard for you to, or a lot of discard. I think it's the other way too. If you're not doing those 2 things, it's really hard for you to stop their combo, and especially the fling part. Like, how is this deck going to stop fling? I basically have to stop them from casting their combo, right? Which, if they have a lot of artifact mana, or if they just making land drops every turn, I'm not going to be able to stop it. Devastating Dreams, it's basically just sort of like Stone Rains, I guess. But their combo is so compact that I think I'm sorry, the fling part, it's so compact it's kind of hard for you to stop them to do it. So if you can at least stop the second half of the combo, not the second half, but the other part of the combo, the Alter Dementia, I think that's good. Also the mono blue storm style decks, like or Iggy Pop, all those types of decks, pretty hard for you to deal with them if you're playing, again, if you're not playing counter magic. The mono blue, of course, you have the Pyroblast, but I don't think it's enough for you to try to beat them with just 4 copies of Pyroblast. Wastelands do close to nothing. They're just a pile of islands, and you might get a Teferi's Isle, but usually when they play the Teferi's Isle, they're going off so it's it might be too late. Rishadan Ports and Devastating Dreams, maybe you can get there, but so I think having the Gaia's Blessing as a way to deal with cards like the Tinker Fling, the Alter Dimension part of the combo, or getting Brain Freeze out of the game, I think it's pretty good. So yeah, I don't think I even have anything to change in this deck. I think it looks good. The Treetop Village it's a card that I really like, but I also understand that coming to play tapped, it's pretty bad for this deck. It's not like a deck like the Rock. When you're playing the Rock, you're going for the long game, right? Like you're not trying to win on turn 3 or 4, not even turn 10. You're really going for the long run. So having more main lands, it's fine. This deck is not like that. I really feel like you're trying to control the beginning of the game and then cast a Devastating Dreams and Terravore, and 2 swings you win, or Terravore, Devastating Dreams, and 1 turn swing kill. So I think that's it's a pretty good configuration for the 75. The 2 cycle lands, I don't really have any thoughts on that. Really, they just one is a red one that you can cycle, the other one's a green one you can cycle. If you need green mana, you can play it. If you don't, and you just need more threshold, you can just cycle. And I don't know if this person that built this deck was also someone that used to play for Carl Alone in Legacy. That was kind of basically the same configuration we had in Legacy. It was 1 Thicket and 1 Forgotten Cave, or sometimes we have the black one name escapes now me. But in Legacy, you also have the other situation that you're also running cards like Life on the Loam, so you would want to cycle in response to somebody trying to exile Life on the Loam. In this format, I think it's just a card that you can dig a little deeper. If you need to get to threshold, just an easy way for you to draw a card and also put another card in the graveyard. So I think that just 2 copies is fine. I really enjoyed it. I don't have any pre-modern events coming up anytime soon, but sometimes we do get together for fun games, and I might be looking at a deck that I want to sleeve up for the next time we play for fun. This has been a very fun league. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. And again, if you like Legacy, if you like Premodern, make sure to hit the follow button. Not follow button, the subscribe button. Check out my links. I've got a podcast with Curran. We talk about Premodern. That's on this channel. It's called Call of the Herd. We should have one coming up soon. Curran just played in 2 1Ks at SCG Portland. So we've got tons to talk about. Also, I host a Legacy podcast with Mike and Jared. Mike, you might know him as Eureka on Magic Online, and Jared as Geodude Jared. And we talk about Legacy. That one is every Friday. And it comes out usually around 8 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure to check it out. That one you can find on any platform that you listen to podcasts. Hopefully we should have another Legacy or Premodern video coming up in the next couple of days. I've got a couple of decks on deck that I still want to record before the end of the week. Taking advantage of the snow days that we had here in Richmond to record some more content. And again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.